Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Shubha here. I hope you like this video. Please do like, share, comment and don't forget to subscribe. In this video, we will discuss about the required evidences for the Self-Assessment Toolkit 5th edition, Standard COP 7 and 8. Standard COP 7. Clinical procedures are performed in a safe manner. Departments and the staffs involved in this activity are HODs of clinical departments, medical staff, nursing staff, therapists, technicians and housekeeping staff. Objective element COP 7A speaks about performing procedures based on clinical needs. Evidences. Department scope of services should include the list of procedures conducted, both diagnostics and therapeutics. SOP on clinical procedures based on standard guidelines and best clinical practices. Competency of staff, credentials and the privileges records of skilled resources. Clinical audit report should be documented for observations and corrections if any. Objective element COP 7B speaks about documentations that guide performance of clinical procedures. Evidences. Policy on clinical procedures should be comprehensive to include various procedures. Departmental listing of clinical procedures performed should be as per the department scope of services. Procedures. Specific SOPs should be followed. Objective element COP 7C speaks about eligibility to perform procedures. Evidences. Human Resources Manual should cover the competency requirements based on the scope of services offered. Credentialing and privileging as per HR record shall be part of personnel files. Personnel files shall demonstrate the roles and responsibilities. HR audit reports shall be evidence for any observations and necessary corrections. Objective element COP 7D speaks about preventing adverse events. Evidences. Policy and procedure for prevention of adverse procedural events should be elaborate to specify all aspects of adverse events. Pre-procedure checklist, a standard checklist, should be used on a regular basis. Patient records should demonstrate the system followed and medical audit records shall be documented for observations and corrections if any. Objective element COP 7E speaks about seeking informed consent where applicable. Evidences. Patient records to check the procedures adhered to with respect to consenting process. Consent forms should be duly completed and medical audit reports should be documented for observations and corrections if any. Objective element COP 7F speaks about adhering to standard precautions and asepsis. Evidences. Documentation of standard precautions should cover all aspects. Evidence of adherence in the form of indicators. SOP for reprocessing for equipment and instruments. And record of cleaning, disinfection or sterilization shall be updated. Objective element COP 7G speaks about monitoring patients during and after the procedure. Evidences. Patient medical records should demonstrate the monitoring protocol followed and vital monitoring records should be documented at every reassessment period. Objective element COP 7H speaks about documenting procedures. Evidences. Patient medical files to demonstrate the components indicated and procedure format, a standard format to meet the clinical setting. Standard COP 8. Transfusion services are provided as per the scope of services of the organization safely. Departments and the staffs involved in this activity are blood bank officer or medical officer, blood bank technician, blood bank department staff, HR manager, medical and nursing team, and lab personnel. Objective element COP8 speaks about scope of transfusion services. Evidences: scope of transfusion service audit. To ensure the scope of service is commensurate with the department scope of services and to document observations if any. MOU for an external blood bank should ensure complete compliance as defined in the policy. Facility audit should be documented for observations and corrections if any. Objective element COP8B speaks about blood transfusion protocols. Evidences: transfusion manual should encompass all components indicated in the standard. Transfusion order format and sample should follow a standard format. Transfusion verification and monitoring process should include patient identification and regular monitoring. Policy on transfusion process in case of emergency should be in the form of an SOP. MOU for outsourcing a blood bank should cover aspects related to regulatory requirement, quality control, and related functions. Objective element COP8C speaks about rational use of blood and blood products. Evidences: blood bank manual to indicate the rational usage of blood and blood components. Blood bank license shall be displayed. Required register and format as per Act should follow a standard format. Objective element COP8D speaks about obtaining informed consent for donation and transfusion of blood and blood components. Evidences: consent format for content requirement should follow a standard format, should be in bilingual and have specific information on risk and complications. Field consents for compliance validity shall be indicated. Informed consent policy should be in the form of an SOP. Objective element COP8 speaks about obtaining informed consent from patient and family. Evidences: patient education material should be bilingual and easily understandable. Objective element COP8F speaks about availability of blood and blood components for use in emergency situations. Evidences: documented process for availability and transfusion of blood or blood components for use in emergency situations. Turnaround time for the availability of blood in an emergency. Objective element COP8G speaks about collection of post-transfusion form and documenting reactions for CAPA. Evidences: transfusion reaction reporting, analysis and recording process shall be evidenced. Feedback form should follow a standard format. Post-transfusion reporting format shall be evidenced. Objective element COP8H speaks about implementing quality assurance program. Evidences: written QAP quality assurance program should cover all aspects of functionalities. Physical infrastructure shall be in compliance with the guidelines. Quality indicator results shall be measured and monitored. I hope you like this video. Please do like, share, comment and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.